Halo Infinite got a shiny new trailer at E3 2019, and while we still don't know that much, we'll take an excuse to talk about some Halo. So here are 10 things you might have missed in the trailer, as well as just all of the new info and a bunch of speculation too. Let's get started off with number 10, and get right to the obvious, get it out of the way. Halo Infinite is going to be a launch title for Microsoft's new Xbox that is currently codenamed Scarlett for 2020. It's also going to be hitting Xbox One and PC. We have seen a lot of confusion about that. It's not going to be exclusive to a Scarlett thing. It will be running on 343's new Slipspace engine, which according to them is really going to help them reach the high graphical fidelity they were looking to get when they set out on building their new engine. It wasn't super clear at the time, but has since been confirmed. That bit of footage we got at the Xbox conference, which you'll be seeing a few times throughout this video because that's pretty much all we have, was actually running on Slipspace engine. So that should give you a pretty good idea at least of what to expect from Halo Infinite looks-wise. We still don't know how it plays because we haven't actually seen it in action. That actually kind of pisses me off, but I digress. Let's move on. At number 9, let's talk about the Master Chief's new look. It's particularly interesting because it looks and has the vibe of various suits we've seen before, but coalesced into a new, updated, fresh design. I'm into it. A lot of hardcore Halo fans have noticed and remarked that the suit has a bit more of the classic style associated with Master Chief in the original Halo trilogy, but the way everything is scaled in terms of general size and bulk, especially, are more reminiscent from the bigger, chunkier styles we've seen of Master Chief in like Halo 4. After various interviews following the Xbox E3 showcase, that definitely does seem to be the case. The team has said that it's the highest fidelity they've ever created for him, so it's going to be interesting to see that new look in action as more of this game comes out, because what we've seen so far, it looks like a hell of an improvement, man. And like all of that aside, and just getting into the overall look of the armor in Halo Infinite, it just looks really, really good. I don't know if it's like some new tech that they've come up with for the engine, or just truly taking advantage of the Scarlett architecture, but the textures on it were very crisp and very clean. I know those are like buzzwords, but it was just a really impressive character model. It's a shame you spend all the time in the suit, you don't really get to look at him, but of course, it's a Halo game. Now, over at number 8, something I really want to talk about. According to 343, Halo Infinite is going to act as a, and I quote, spiritual reboot of Halo. So if you haven't played 1 through 5 or whatever, this will apparently be a good jumping on point for you. It will continue the narrative, though, that was laid down in 5, so it's not a true reboot. What's happened in the Halo universe has happened in the Halo universe, and 343 says that it will, and I quote, continue the Master Chief decade-long saga. So if you're an OG Halo fan and you heard the term spiritual reboot, don't freak out, don't get too scared. Apparently it's not too rebooty, because here's a direct quote from the developers. This story will mark the beginning of a new chapter and challenge for the Chief, but it will also respect and continue threads that led to this point. If you've never played a Halo game before, this will be a great place to jump into the story. You're arriving in the middle of a universe at war with a sense of history underlying your entry into the world. It will also feel fresh, full of potential, and new adventure. So there you have it, a new Halo for new and old fans. They emphasize that it is Master Chief's story, and I'm totally cool with that. Sorry, Locke. Actually, I'm not sorry. Moving on to number 7, speaking of timelines and story stuff, let's talk about when this game takes place. Now, there's a lot of speculation to this, and I don't want to get too caught up in the lore here, but essentially, it seems like the game does take place just a few years after Halo 5. There's a clue for this. If you look closely at the BIOS of Master Chief's HUD when it's turned on, you can see some dates and some numbers. It looks like it says he got new armor in 2559 and modified in 2561 by Halsey. Pretty cool to see some character continuation there with her. Halo 5 took place in 2558, so basically it's going to be roughly a few years later. Honestly, I can't wait to see how Chief once again just got himself stuck floating around lost in space. Typical Master Chief, but still. Also with these dates, with these numbers, people have also been speculating that these are like clues to beta dates, maybe alpha dates, something. I don't know, that might be a reach, but I did want to point it out. I've seen that on forums and stuff, so food for thought. But moving to number 6, while we're on the topic of Daddy Chief's HUD, an Eagle Eye fan on Reddit noticed something really cool and small. When Master Chief gets his visor powered on and enters what seems to be that BIOS we mentioned, when he reboots, the visor actually has the green lines that show up really quick. And they're actually the same HUD lines that would show up in your visor in Halo 3 when you spawned. This is a really tiny one. It probably doesn't mean much of anything, but it is a cool little canonical thing that 343 didn't really have to do. Whether they did it because it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix fix it, or if they did it for eagle-eyed fans, hoping they'd catch it. Either way, really cool. I'm pretty sure it was the latter. Like we discussed before, this game is really for new players and old players, so including little things like this to help make older players feel right at home was really a cool thing of 343 to do, and we actually have more examples in this video. Because at number 5, another cool little observation, when the pilot is mulling around on the ship, you can actually see the UNSC patch on his left shoulder, and he identifies himself as Echo 216. Now, fans of the series will recognize the Echo designation, signifying that the man in question is a pilot of a UNSC Pelican designated to the Echo team, which was a specialized team in the Halo lore. Now, there's still a ton that we don't know, obviously, like who is this guy piloting around? Echo team was mentioned in Halo Combat Evolved, so was this ship originally from the Pillar of Autumn? How long has he been out here floating in space? We have so much time to think about and speculate this stuff, seeing this doesn't come out until the next gen of Xbox hardware. Really, if there's anything we could be certain about, it's that that man is definitely gonna die to save Master Chief at some point. I don't know, that just seems like a given. But moving on to number 4, small, cool thing you may have missed. The rifle that Master Chief grabs very conspicuously nearly matches the MA37 assault rifle from Halo Reach. What's going on with that? I mean, maybe it's nothing, or there's time travel. Sorry, stupid speculation. It is slightly different, and I've seen it leading to some people thinking there may be some sort of attachment customization because of those slight differences. You know, small RPG elements could be a thing. There's been all sorts of words thrown around here and there. I just wanted to point that out. It might be reaching. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop, let's move on. Coming down to number 3, because fans of video games are crazy and look for every little thing in the trailer like this, like we do. Someone actually deciphered this hex code and found that it actually says believe. This is a cool little Easter egg, seeing that Believe was the name of the Halo 3 marketing campaign. Now, if we can put on our little speculation hat for a second, what do you think this could really mean? Why don't those hex codes read out to give us some sort of Halo 4 or Halo 5 Easter egg? You know, the past 2 343 titles, Halo 3 was made by Bungie. Are they trying to say that Halo is going back to that? Back to feeling similar to Halo 3 or just any other Halo title? Seeing that we didn't get too much info from E3, this is really all we could do is speculate. 343 has received its fair share of flack and criticism since taking on the Halo IP, and maybe they took that all in feedback and kept it in mind for what we have now, Halo Infinite. Maybe they want you to believe that they're going to take Halo back to its roots, back to feeling like the Halo we all knew and loved when we were growing up. I guess we'll find out next holiday though. But at number 2, check this out. It looks like Halo Infinite is really, like we said, going back to the roots, because if you look here, you may not have noticed it, but the area that Master Chief walks into at the end of the E3 trailer to take a look at the projection and surveys the damage to the Halo ring, he's actually in a Halo control ring that looks very much like the one you went to in Installation 4 in the Attack on the Control Room mission in Halo Combat Evolved. Now, it may not be the same room, but it's definitely one of those types of rooms, and it's really cool to not only see them bring back these old classic locations, but to see the level of care put into rendering the now 18-year-old designs and updating them for modern hardware and visuals while still keeping that good soul of the original. It's just really cool to see, and we desperately hope it's not just like one scene that's used as a nod, and they take the same approach with other locations going forward. But finally, moving down to number 1, and don't expect anything big here, but when the Chief's suit gets powered on in this new trailer, you hear that classic shield recharge sound.
Please, don't die.
And I gotta say, man, I felt it. That, and when the music really kicked in, I felt it. That was the kicker for me. That was the big moment of the trailer, honestly. It's a sound I haven't heard in a very long time, and it hit me right in the nostalgia feels. And as did seeing that there was no AI detected Cortana not being there is a bummer, and that little reminder felt like a dagger to the heart, you know? But the shield recharge noise, it seems like a minor thing, but to some fans, that sound is a big deal, and it sends a bit of a message as to the type of game we might be getting. Also, as a hot bonus point for you, we got a little extra information. We know who's working on the game, and it's interesting context. The music supervisor is Joel Yarger, who has worked on stuff like God of War and Uncharted. Now, according to Microsoft, he's working with a team including composer Curtis Schweitzer, who is specifically working to capture the essence of the original Marty O'Donnell score. Again, it sounds like they're really banking on nostalgia here, and I'm okay with that. But of course, this is all speculation and pointing out little things in the trailer. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. If you watched the trailer, did you want more? I wanted gameplay. I wanted way more. But this trailer is still interesting to poke little holes through. So like I said, we want to hear from you guys and anything you got down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button is the best way you can help us out. But of course, if you're new, consider subscribing because we put out videos every single day. But hey, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.